Deep in the desert, a silent power awakens. Israel, a nation forged in the fires of conflict, prepares to unleash its most formidable weapon, its military. For decades, the world has witnessed glimpses of their might: drones, silent predators of the sky, missile defense systems, impenetrable shields against aerial assault, and cyber warfare capabilities capable of crippling enemy infrastructure with a few keystrokes. Now this arsenal turns towards a new horizon, the West Philippine Sea. China, with its insatiable hunger for power, has overplayed its hand. They have awakened a sleeping giant. Israel, with its unwavering resolve, is about to enter the fray. The stakes have never been higher. The world watches with bated breath. The West Philippine Sea, a powder keg of tension, is about to witness a seismic shift. The arrival of Israeli forces is not a mere show of force, it's a statement. A declaration that aggression will be met with unwavering strength. The dragon has poked the bear, and the bear is ready to roar. History whispers tales of Israel's military prowess, victories snatched from the jaws of defeat, unconventional tactics that rewrite the rules of warfare. Now they bring this legacy to bear against a new adversary. China, with its vast military, believes itself invincible. They are about to learn a harsh lesson. The Iron Dome, Israel's famed missile defense system, stands ready. This technological marvel, proven in the crucible of countless conflicts, is a nightmare for any aggressor. Chinese missiles, once symbols of power, will find themselves reduced to harmless sparks. The shield of Israel will protect the Philippines and its allies. China's boasts of dominance ring hollow. Their provocations, once met with hesitant resistance, now face an impenetrable wall of steel. Fear grips the hearts of the aggressors. The game has changed. Israel's presence levels the playing field. The balance of power tips. On the shores of the Philippines, a new alliance is forged. A bond of shared values, a commitment to freedom, and a determination to resist tyranny. Israel, a nation that knows the cost of oppression, stands shoulder to shoulder with the Filipino people. Their cause is just, their spirit unbreakable. Military strategists from both nations huddle together, their faces illuminated by the glow of maps and satellite images. A plan is taking shape. Joint exercises will hone their skills, creating a force more formidable than the sum of its parts. Strategic bases will be established, providing a critical foothold in the region. The message is clear: an attack on one is an attack on both. This is not just a military alliance, it's a beacon of hope, a symbol of defiance against those who seek to dominate through force. The world watches as two nations, separated by distance but united by purpose, stand ready to defend what is right. The battle lines are drawn. On one side, China, a behemoth with a vast but cumbersome military. On the other, Israel, smaller in size but wielding a technological edge that belies its stature. This is not a clash of armies, but a clash of philosophies, brute force versus strategic brilliance. Israel's military doctrine is built on innovation, adaptability, and an almost supernatural ability to outmaneuver its enemies. Their soldiers, trained to think on their feet and exploit every advantage, are renowned for their courage and ingenuity. They are not afraid to fight fire with fire, but they also know how to dance around the flames. China, accustomed to intimidating its neighbors with displays of raw power, finds itself facing an opponent that cannot be bullied. Every ship, every plane, every soldier is a potential target. The element of surprise, once China's weapon, is now turned against them. Section 5. Panic in Beijing. China's walls begin to crumble. Whispers of discontent echo through the halls of power in Beijing. The mood is tense. Gone is the swaggering confidence, replaced by a gnawing anxiety. Reports from the West Philippine Sea paint a grim picture. Their carefully crafted narrative of dominance is unraveling. The presence of Israeli forces has thrown their plans into disarray. Their warships, once sailing with impunity, now hug the coastline, wary of Israeli submarines lurking beneath the waves. Their much-touted artificial islands, symbols of their ambition, are now vulnerable targets. The dragon, once thought invincible, is starting to bleed. Their every move is anticipated, their every threat countered. The psychological impact is devastating. Doubt creeps in, whispering of vulnerability and the intoxicating allure of retreat. Section 6. The dragon's roar silenced cyber warfare dominance. The battlefield extends beyond the waves and into the digital realm. Here too, Israel holds a decisive advantage. Their cyber warriors, masters of the digital domain, stand ready to cripple China's command and control systems. With surgical precision, they can disrupt communications, blind radar systems, and even turn China's own weapons against them. China's reliance on technology, once a source of pride, becomes their Achilles heel. Their sophisticated weaponry, networked and interconnected, is now a liability. Every sensor, every data link, every command node is a potential entry point for Israeli hackers. The dragon's roar, once so intimidating, is reduced to a whimper. Their propaganda machine, spewing misinformation and threats, grinds to a halt. The truth, suppressed for so long, begins to seep out, revealing the fragility behind the facade of strength. Section 7. A new dawn, freedom reigns in the West Philippine Sea. A new day dawns over the West Philippine Sea. The oppressive presence of Chinese vessels has receded. Filipino fishermen, once harassed and intimidated, return to their traditional fishing grounds, their faces etched with a mixture of relief and disbelief. The air, once thick with tension, is now filled with the sound of children's laughter. Coastal communities, once living in fear, come alive with renewed hope. The nightmare of Chinese domination is fading, replaced by the promise of a brighter future. The world breathes a collective sigh of relief. The principles of international law, so flagrantly violated, have been upheld. The rule of law, not the law of the jungle, once again prevails. Section 8. Global shockwaves. The world reacts to China's fall. News of China's humiliation reverberates around the globe. In capitals across the world, diplomats and heads of state scramble to make sense of this unexpected turn of events. The old order, where might made right, is crumbling. The United States, long wary of China's growing assertiveness, expresses cautious optimism. European nations, eager to maintain stability in the region, call for restraint and a peaceful resolution. But beneath the diplomatic pronouncements, there is a sense of satisfaction that a bully has been put in its place. The world is witnessing a power shift of seismic proportions. The myth of Chinese invincibility has been shattered, and in its place, a new understanding emerges. Aggression will not go unanswered. The world is watching, and the world is ready to act. Section 9. The once mighty dragon humbled, a lesson for aggressors. The dragon, once a symbol of power and prosperity, now limps back to its lair, wounded and humbled. The world has witnessed its arrogance and its vulnerability. The myth of its invincibility has been exposed. The consequences of its actions are severe. Its economy, once a powerhouse, sputters. Its international reputation lies in tatters. The once fawning respect of other nations has been replaced by suspicion and distrust. The lesson is clear. Aggression does not pay. Those who seek to dominate through force will ultimately face the consequences of their actions. The world is no longer willing to tolerate bullies. The age of impunity is over. Section 10. Peace through strength. Israel secures the region. In the aftermath of the crisis, Israel emerges as a guarantor of peace and stability in the region. Its military presence, once a source of anxiety, is now welcomed by those who value freedom and security. They have shown that even the smallest of nations can stand up to tyranny. They have demonstrated the power of technology, strategy, and unwavering resolve. They have reminded the world that right makes might. Their presence is a deterrent to future aggression, a reminder that the world is watching and will not hesitate to act to defend what is right. The West Philippine Sea, once a flashpoint for conflict, has the potential to become a beacon of peace and cooperation. Section 11. A new era. The Philippines rises with Israel by its side. The Philippines, once on the brink of losing its sovereignty, stands tall. The spirit of its people, tested but unbroken, shines through. They have faced down a giant and emerged victorious. With Israel as its partner, the Philippines embarks on a new chapter in its history, a chapter defined by self-reliance, economic growth, and a commitment to upholding the rule of law. The future is bright. The world has learned a valuable lesson. Freedom is worth fighting for, and sometimes the most unlikely of allies can make the biggest difference. The dragon has been slain. The eagle and the pearl of the Orient stand together, a beacon of hope in a troubled world.